All right, round five. A pretty good matchup here. ChristmasTime versus AnnieDesu. Both players, no strangers to the competitive Legends of Runeterra scene. So let's see who's going to get the better of the other here in round five of Swiss. Let's get into it.
I'll only be able to pull them up one at a time, but we have Indoor Spider.
Okay. That's actually, so we actually have not seen Indoor Spiders yet today either.
Twisted Fate Swain.
We've seen plenty of that.
That one. And, oh, and the Mono Targon Aurelion Soul. But, like, actually Mono Targon. I know sometimes I say mono, and I mean it's Allegiance with a splash, but this is actually mono.
Well, we are about to get ready to start this game. So AnnieDesu, round five of day one Swiss here versus ChristmasTime. Right now they are both X and 1. So we'll see who is able to get the better of their opponent in this round and give themselves a pretty good shot to make the top cut here.
It does feel wild to me. I don't remember who we saw with this list exactly. I think it was Nick Demon was running Allegiance Targon, and his splashes were Wording Stone and Catalyst of the Aeons. And I feel like, you know, this deck from AnnieDesu really could have benefited from something like that. It is a little strange to me that, you know, you take the entirety of 3 regions and you can't think of any 3 cards that you want to play to make your deck better. Maybe he just had really bad luck with Mountain Scryers and said, nope, we're just running Mono Targon. We're not risking it. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to lose games to not getting my Celestials. That's how we're doing
Listen, isn't that how people ended up running Bannerman? Like, they're just like, I refuse to miss Bannerman, so we're not running anything else.
I think Zinc Elemental was a big proponent of Mono Demacia Bannerman, especially recently, where he was like, hey, you know, like, it actually feels really good. You don't need these other cards. They just make you miss Bannerman. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it, yeah. It's not worth the extra risk. And I mean, I tend to agree for the most part.
Hold on. Is Annie just going to try and push 5 damage this turn with the Pale Cascade to cycle it?
I mean, why not? 5 damage is 5 damage, man. And ChristmasTime doesn't have a lot of heals, so.
Don't you dare play Pale Cascade. Yeah, I was about to say, don't you dare play that post-combat.
Oh, man. All right, so we are going to get the Wording Stones down from ChristmasTime here for this War Mother's deck. So very curious to see how this is going to perform against this Targon deck.
I really like the idea of taking Falling Comet. But at the same time, Written in Stars always feels really good if you can hit a soul off of it, because it does give you sort of a little bit of ramp in your deck on its own because you are playing it a turn earlier. The concern I have with Written in Stars is it's not that good if you hit Leona.
Yeah, Written in the Stars is interesting. I mean, it seems on the surface like it's really good, but I feel like there's a lot of situations where you just don't want it. Like, it just, or like you said, it's kind of a risk if you end up pulling something like Leona. And it looks like he's going for the Meteor Shower instead of the Written in the Stars. So we'll see if that's going to pay off for him a little bit later here. This hand is ridiculous.
That one's Comet.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. That's Comet. You know, they all look the same, man. They're all stuff in the sky, falling down, hitting
Yeah,
stuff.
there are, like, Meteor Shower and Written in Stars I cannot tell apart. Cosmic Rays and the 9-mana one that obliterates 2 guys,
They're
I don't
very similar.
see a difference in too often.
Yep.
I do really like Cosmic Inspiration. I think that this card has the potential to just, like, solo end games as soon as you can cast it, and he will be able to cast it next turn.
Yeah, and that's going to be a super early Cosmic Inspiration. I mean, to have everything get +2/+2, and it looks like ChristmasTime, yeah, not going to go ahead and remove anything either. So, ooh, see, now he was just about to play. Oh, well, sorry.
He can
Yeah,
play
he
a
can
Pale
play.
Cascade.
He can play, yeah. Well,
the
the Infinite, I think he's thinking about, Behold the Infinite.
Oh, okay.
But it looks like, no, he's not even going to play that, okay.
Yeah, I like saving that for a little bit later as an activator for your Pale Cascade. I think you just throw out the Inspiration this turn.
I mean, look at the rest of his hand. It's like,
He looks like he's thinking about, like, playing the Behold
Like-
the Infinite and then just firing off all 3 Pale Cascades.
like what else do you do?
Just Cosmic Inspiration. Just play it in.
No!
What the hell?
And what?
What do you... That is... Why would you hush your own unit? You don't need to Pale Cascade that badly. Play the Cosmic Inspiration.
And that's dangerous, man. That's a burst spell. What are you trying to do to us over here? I mean, Cosmic Inspiration, see, especially getting it off right now when you're not under, like, any sort of threat from your opponent. Like, it just seems so good. And you refill your spell mana. You still, it only at the end of the day is going to cost you 4 mana. Why not?
You can still pale. I have no idea why this card refills your spell mana.
Yeah, I don't either.
It seems like such a random add-on.
I mean, I don't know.
But this does mean you still get to play your other spells this turn if you are that desperate to cycle through your Pale Cascades.
Maybe he was worried about the deny. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
We,
That Freljord deny.
all right, this is about the best use he's going to get out of grass for the rest of the game now.
Yeah, pretty much.
And nice. And now this invoke, so if he does behold the infinite, now if he invokes a unit, it's going to be very nice. It's going to be a very nice celestial unit.
I know I've done a couple of impressions on stream, but I didn't know we were going for Borat.
Yeah, very nice.
If you take... Oh, man. This is actually kind of a tough choice.
Mm-hmm.
You have no units, so you kind of want Messenger to actually start facilitating your own game plan. Second Cosmic Inspiration, I don't think is actually super impactful. It could give you the potential to just stonewall out anything that ChristmasTime does for the rest of the game. But Supernova against a War Mother's Call deck also sounds super impactful, especially when Tryndamere is sort of their win condition.
Yeah, and it looks like he'll have... Supernova, to me, I feel like is the safe bet.
Yeah.
Because it gives you that fallback plan of, okay, no matter what, I'm going to have a way to deal with Tryndamere and whatnot now, so...
Messenger theoretically actually would have been a little wild to take, but I wouldn't have necessarily hated the decision, but I do think it was the weakest option.
And here's the casual 5/8, you know, just hitting
Just
the field.
comet this, right?
Yeah. Wait. Oh, yeah, it's Obliterate. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Get that out of here. There's no Glimpse Beyond in this deck.
Wow, this is... I think this is looking to be a blowout on the side of AnnieDesu. Yeah, there's the sad Poro
I
from
don't know
ChristmasTime.
if it is. Annie only has these 2 units. Look at this hand. You have to win the game somehow.
I mean...
And ChristmasTime can get off War Mothers next turn.
I mean, listen, every unit he plays, though, is going to be so ginormous.
Oh, it's going to be massive. Look at that swole soldier.
It's going to be... Yeah, now it's a 5/5 for 1 mana.
Yeah, it's the swole Lari.
Oh, I like what you did there. The swole Lari. Oh, is that a... Wait, did he get another Tryndamere? No. Okay.
No, he was... Where was he? Oh, I was like, where was he actually looking at that Tryndamere from? But it was the sidebar.
I mean, do you play the... I don't know. I feel like...
I think you need to fire off at least 1 Pale Cascade this turn.
Oh, actually, yeah, because, yeah, you can get the Pale Cascade and actually trade the Solari Soldier with the Aboriginal Archer, and I think that's why...
Well, it's ChristmasTime's attack turn, and it looks like he is elected not to attack, but you do still want to get that draw off.
Yeah. I mean, they've only been sitting there since the first turn of the game, so...
There we go. Lunari Priestess, give me another Celestial. These suck. The Traveler is a snap take, I think.
Yeah, you definitely take the Traveler. Yep.
I could consider the Charger, but given the fact that it dies to Grasp of the Undying, I don't love it. Sure, we could throw out a Pale Cascade in response next turn, but it still feels a little sketch.
Okay, so the Charger confuses me every time I see it, because I'm imagining it's that that unit with Charge from Hearthstone. That boar? Yeah.
Stone Tusk
Yeah, Stone Tusk boar, because it literally looks the same exact like type of card, but it's not. I'm like, no, this doesn't just like instantly attack. But then I remember, well, Legends of Runeterra, that doesn't even matter. So I can attack with it the same turn I play it as long as I have the attack token.
There is a wildly underplayed and useless card that it actually looks a lot like, whose name I am trying to find from the base set.
That Stone Tusk boar looks like?
No, I want to... no, the Charger looks like.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it, because I think it's an Enlightened card, but I thought it was Freljord. Maybe it is...
Oh, you mean, is it the 2/2 unit?
That gets Overwhelmed?
Yeah, that gets Overwhelmed and like +2/+3. Yeah, it kind of looks like it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What region is he from? I can't find it.
Freljord?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I think it's Freljord.
How much mana does it cost? Oh, there we go. Yeah, Feral Mystic.
There you go.
Finally found it.
There it is.
Kind of looks like a Feral Mystic looking the other direction.
Which absolutely nobody plays, by the way. I've never seen that card
That's why
played.
I couldn't remember the name.
Yeah. So, all right. And this is an attack. This is a thing. All these units should be so much smaller, and they're not.
This is one off of Lethal on the side of Annie as well.
Yep.
Through the double Pale Cascade. Of course, ChristmasTime does play Harsh Winds. Does not actually play Harsh Winds. But there's still Vengeance and a lot of, risks that come associated with buffing up your units and committing to that. Not as big a risk since they are cantrips, but...
Wow, this is... it's crazy how much of an impact Cosmic Inspiration really made on this game. Like, that... It in my eyes, it just made it a blowout.
Oh, yeah. Cosmic Inspiration is absolutely insane if you can get it down early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel like that's the problem. Most of the time you're getting it, it's like after your A-Soul hit the board and... Oh,
Oh,
wow. Okay, that's a
I
thing.
mean, we have the Cascade to save 2 units.
Yeah.
And at this point, I think that's actually not a bad use of it.
I mean, if you've literally been sitting on them all game, you better snap use them right here. Oh, man. Okay, there we go. And then we have a Star Shaping, which will just get another ridiculous card.
And we actually... The Cosmic Inspiration saves the Traveler in our hand, and that's actually huge.
Oh, because it's buffed up, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you basically, you're going to lose 1 unit to a She Who Wanders. When have you ever seen a She Who Wanders come out and only kill 1 card? That does not happen often. That's insane. Yep. So bye-bye to the 3/4. Not that that matters. And he's probably worried about drawing the additional card. Like, it might just get obliterated anyways. But nope, you just 1 card.
I'm trying to think of what is left in deck that gets obliterated, and I think it's just Solari Priestess and Solari Soldier.
Yeah, at this point, because of the +2/+2, yeah.
Aha, wow. Look at ChristmasTime. He plays Wording Stone in his Warmongers content.
Oh my god. And now we have the Star Shapings as well. Yeah, Trundle's a big boy. Trundle is a big boy. And, so actually, one thing that I didn't realize for the longest time on Trundle is that his attack effect is permanent.
Yes.
Like, for some reason, I thought when I first saw him that it was just when he attacks, he gets that. And nope, he keeps getting bigger.
I wish Grant and Give started with different letters so that I could more easily identify what is permanent and what is not.
Yeah, trust me. It really should just be like a symbol or something, but I don't know. Maybe they'll change that in the future. But
yeah.
Star Shaping makes Annie feel pretty safe here too. You can just take the 8 to the face. You have plenty of heal. You got the A-Soul coming down, and I'm pretty sure you're going to have a damn easy time getting it leveled up as well.
So the question, I guess, is do you want to supernova this board?
No. I don't think so. Because
Not for the tempo?
I feel like not supernovaing. No, is that a supernovaing? Not.
Yeah, that's a phrase.
we're gonna go with that. Not supernovaing Tryndamere is just gonna feel bad if a Tryndamere hits right afterwards. I think
Tryndamere only. I think you're so close to killing your opponent that you just want to pave the way for some good attacks. And then if your opponent actually does line up a block with the Tryndamere, you can hush it to stop the level up.
All right, curveball.
Just kill it.
Curveball. None of that happens. We do another Cosmic Inspiration, and everything's just ginormous.
It's looking pretty reasonable. It's looking pretty reasonable.
Oh, he does it.
Yeah. Only has 6 mana, though. Can't get it down this turn. There is the Tryndamere.
There's the Tryndamere. So now this is going to feel really... So, wait, can he play... He can actually play Cosmic Inspiration and Supernova on the same turn, too. With 13 mana.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he's just now realizing. Maybe he doesn't play the Star Shaping. We'll see.
I think he's considering what happens if my opponent has double Atrocity. I need to get out of range of that. Or at least put myself in a position to be out of range of that with the second Star Shaping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that way they can't just play the Atrocity in response to the Supernova.
Because that would be awkward.
Yeah, right. You thought you had the game, and then you didn't. Ooh, Living Legends is always, like, really tempting, but you don't have A-Soul on the board yet.
Yeah, and, like, Great Beyond could just end the game here.
Yeah, it's elusive.
If you want to play it next turn, but you are, like, 1 Star Shaping still puts you 1 shy of living through double Atrocity. Do you ever put your opponent on something like that?
On double Atrocity? I mean, especially when it's exactly 12 mana, I don't know. It's just...
I mean, they could also just, like, Vile Feast Vengeance the guy as well. Like, there are play arounds. Now we do see the double Tryndamere on the side of ChristmasTime.
Oh, man. I mean, you can't actually play around double Atrocity, though, right? Like, because with the way that your hand is... Actually, sorry, the only way you play around it is by playing Star Shaping now. Which, that feels so bad. Like, you can't play... I don't think you can play around double Atrocity.
I don't think you can play around. I think you... but I guess the question is, do you lose if you play the Great Beyond here and it just dies to a Vile Feast Vengeance? Like, does that just lose you the game to ChristmasTime open attacking?
Possibly, yeah, because Supernova is slow. And that's, God, these cards always feel so good. And then you realize that your opponent can just open attack. It's so bad. Oh, my God. It's literally one of the reasons. That one piece of knowledge, just knowing that everything they pull is slow speed.
Okay, we're going for it.
Yeah, he's just going to go for it. And, I mean... That is a very exact. I mean, you either need Vile Feast of Vengeance or you need 2 Atrocity. I mean, there are a lot of cards in ChristmasTime's hand, so
you could Vile Feast Atrocity as well to actually just kill the Great Bane.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But you would need to Atrocity your She Who Wanders, which I don't think you're necessarily opposed to doing.
Well, this will be interesting. There's only a few different combinations here that ChristmasTime could have. Nope, doesn't have it.
Oh, okay, that
doesn't have it.
Solves that problem.
Yep, yeah. Kind of anticlimactic that he surrendered there. That's unfortunate. But AnnieDesu gonna go up 1-0 there versus ChristmasTime in round 5. And again, both players right now are X and 1, and the player who loses is just definitely gonna have a hard time getting into the top cut here.
So moving over to the TF Swain, I actually kind of want to go back and look at all the TF Swain decks to see if there are any differences in really any of them. And right off the bat, I actually noticed that AnnieDesu is playing 2 copies of Death Lotus.
Okay, all right. I was actually going to bring that up at the beginning of this past game, but I figured, we'll wait until this deck comes up. And yeah, what?
I think it was... I don't know if he's the one who put it in first, but I think the first person I saw playing this was Hyped.
Yes. No, you're 100% right. I remember seeing that stream too.
And I don't know if he's the one that did it or if someone told him to, but he was definitely the first person I saw doing it. And I like it a fair amount given the amount of barrel generation that you have in a deck like this. It is sort of, because wide boards are sort of the one area where TF Swain can struggle in the early game. And I think that something like the Death Lotus actually gives you a lot of hedges in an aggro matchup, which is one of the spaces where this deck can lose. You know, the newer decks have Avalanche, or the earlier decks rather have Avalanche. Trundle Swain is sort of the second most popular Swain deck, and we do see that kind of help them shore up that weakness. And I do not hate the idea of Death Lotus.
No, neither do I. I mean, it's definitely... I mean, I feel like whenever somebody has built a deck like this with Noxus, with either kegs or just, like, removal in general, Death Lotus is always a consideration. And then a lot of people go, well, it's battling units. Forget about it. We'll just throw 3 Make It Rain in there and call it a day.
Yeah, like when you're first building your deck and there's 53 cards in it, you'll have Death Lotus in there. And then like you cut it and you're like, all right, now we just have to cut 10 more cards.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a real struggle, okay? That's like every deck ever. It's like, how did I end up with 50? I don't get this. Why is there a deck limit, damn it?
Okay, do we... Oh, no, we don't have to Make It Rain. Make It Rain wouldn't even kill this thing.
Nope.
Do we just see Wording Stone into Trundle, though, sort of the bread and butter of Freljord at the moment?
Ooh, feels bad.
Oh, we actually see a Proactive Vile Feast, so we are going to get a big Make It Rain off.
Yeah, but not doing enough damage to actually kill the Wording Stones here, which feels a little bad. I don't know, is that like just a waste of the Make It Rain?
I think that's why ChristmasTime went for the Proactive Vile Feast, understanding that Annie didn't have anything for 2 mana that could actually kill the Wording Stone.
Yeah, that's why.
And it is fine just taking the 3 damage.
I don't know if that was necessarily the right play from
I
Annie to do that.
I don't know if you ever get a better Make It Rain.
I guess.
It did at least push 3 face damage.
Well, yeah, and that's the other argument to that, right? Is, I mean, if you are going to win, this is a ramp deck. You need to be aggressive. You're not going to outvalue it late. Well, I mean, you could get Leviathan Swain going, and, maybe that helps, but it's still going to be rough late game.
And I think I like a red card here. Actually, if you can just keep ChristmasTime off of his ramp and then, get into your Swain Leviathan before the War Mothers gets online, that's a really good way to win a game. But we're going to play... Oh, no. Okay, I thought he went for the gold card. Thought it was playing defensively, and we're going for that. No, we are going to kill the Wording Stone.
Yeah, I mean, that is the crux of this deck, is something like Wording Stone being able to ramp. And it looks like Annie is realizing that, going to get rid of that Wording Stone, put them back on the same even playing field, and got a pick a card. It'd be interesting.
Oh, this is so dangerous. Oh, this is so dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
If there's an avalanche at a ChristmasTime, this is going to be heartbreaking for AnnieDesu. But, he says I'm up a game. Maybe I can just get it done.
Whoa!
Okay. Oh, and there's no avalanche.
Gets rewarded for it, and will lose his TF, though, but does push 7 more damage. He might be able to just win this by turn 8 with this Leviathan. I mean, ChristmasTime already down to 5.
Yeah, AnnieDesu says, I've got the balls to get it done. Just says you don't have it. Slams down his stun unit and pushes through a metric poop ton of damage. But ChristmasTime can return the favor and say, how about you take 9 to the face right off the back? And I mean, ChristmasTime has more healing in his deck, but AnnieDesu has more burn. You know, who's actually going to come out on top of this? I think the longer this goes on, the more favored it is for Christmas time, especially if you can get something like a Vengeance lined up onto the Leviathan. But Riptide Rex could blow the game wide open on turn 8.
How does one measure a metric poop ton?
You ask a European. We don't use the metric system here.
You just have somebody else do it for you?
Yeah, basically. I think I'm out here doing my own measurements. Peace off.
Hell no. Oh, man. So now the consideration probably to throw down a Swain, maybe. There's also TF. I feel like the way he's been playing, you might want to save the TF for something like a gold card. I don't know.
I think I like the Swain.
Now he's also thinking Petty Officer into Death's Hand, which will do 2 damage to face and be able to remove the Avarosian Hearthguard. So I think that might actually be the route to go here.
It's possible. I think he's worried about how much open mana ChristmasTime still has.
I mean, and he already went, you know, he already went for the I don't care if you have Avalanche, so I think you just keep going with that. So, like...
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to play around it once, you might as well play around it, or play into it once, you might as well play into it every time and say, okay, you know what, if you top deck it, sure, I guess you get that game. I'll beat your other deck because I'm playing Twisted Fate Swain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this might, I mean, if ChristmasTime, wow. So do you take it? Yeah, I was just going to say, because now you can open attack and threaten more damage. Wow.
Yeah, there's the Riptide Rex.
I think this is Annie's. I don't think ChristmasTime is going to be able to make it to a significant turn where he's able to utilize his ramp.
Yeah, floating that 6 mana was just a little bit too much. You know, if you had Grasp of the Undying, I think you would have had to throw it down there just to play mana efficiently, throw down another spell on this turn. Or maybe we were banking into double Withering Wail.
Do you... All right, yeah, he could have double Withering Wail. I was just going to say, do you open attack? It looks like he is going to go ahead and open attack. We'll see if we get a Withering Wail, because this does threaten lethal.
ChristmasTime, does your hand just suck? Like, what's in there, bud?
Yeah, right? What do you got going on?
You didn't play ramp, you didn't play dudes. It's got to be removal spells or just a lot of Tryndamirs.
He's even main decking 2 Icequake. Do you understand? All right, AnnieDesu just played this board into 3 Avalanche, 2 Icequake. What?
That's nothing. That's a nothing play, ChristmasTime. What does your hand look like? How many Tryndamirs are in it?
I think, yeah, you still save the Death's Hand here, because now you can't kill the Hearthguard. Or, well, you still can.
Well, you can... I think I like going for a Twisted Fate's red card here for the lethal, because Death's Hand gives you an activator for the Riptide Rex next turn.
Yeah. And it looks like he's agreeing with you. Going to take that red card and force some sort of healing out. He's got to have healing. Here it is. As AnnieDesu did last... Okay, Jesus really doesn't want to use his good healing, huh?
Yeah, show me Grasp of the Undying.
Yeah, I don't think you do this. I mean, I guess this way you still get the activator for the... But this plays into a Withering Wail.
I mean, it still kills your opponent. I feel like you might as well take the play that kills your opponent, especially because, like, you don't have to Riptide next turn. You can just play Leviathan.
Yeah, and then Riptide on the following turn because Leviathan will activate. Well, unless they have a...
Leviathan will probably kill him.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. He's got to have a Withering Wail. How does he not? There is no way there is... Or, like, a cat... Okay, Grasp or something.
Yeah, Grasp of the Undying.
I like, you... Like, 30 cards in his deck do what he needs it to do, and he has none of them? Like, come on.
Yeah, and now you are still stuck at 2. You don't have a lot of life left. I mean, Tryndamere would just be lethal here, though. No, Tryndamere would not be lethal. Tryndamere would be 1 shy. Yeah. Unless it was drawn after the Hearthguard.
All right, so now... I think you just have to jam the Leviathan.
Yeah, and he said, you know what? If you have Tryndamere that was buffed up by a Hearthguard, I actually just lose here.
Yeah, clearly AnnieDesu not playing around much.
I don't think there's any way you can play around that. I mean, the vulnerable is down onto your Petty Officer. There's nothing you can do about that.
Yep, and gonna go ahead and utilize that. Hearthguard's gonna trade with the Petty Officer, and has the Ice Pillar. Another, good use of this Ice Pillar. Sure, it adds vulnerable to an opponent's unit, but it is a decent blocker. It's 0/8. Yeah. It sucks up damage, right?
A favorite card of mine in Trundle Swain has actually been Augur of the Old Ones, and let me tell you, putting regen on the pillar is actually kind of nuts.
Oh, yes, I had that happen to me on ladder one time, and it was really annoying. Yeah, and well, I mean, the overwhelm doesn't do anything, but
The overwhelm doesn't do anything. But like the fact that I get to constantly pull your strongest unit to the side and then have an infinite blocker in my pillar, it actually just gets a lot of value. And now Annie gonna go for the go wide plan.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Annie, because he went for the Death's Hand, not having a Riptide activator now, so kind of feels bad. But he got the Plucky Poro, the best of the Poros.
I can't blame him for seeing lethal and going for lethal.
I mean, ChristmasTime passed, so I don't think you take the attack here because you threaten lethal, but ChristmasTime has to have something.
ChristmasTime doesn't play Ruination, by the way. I just want to point that out.
Oh, I think it's because he's playing 2 Icequake and 4 Avalanche, or sorry, 3 Avalanche. Yeah, and there's a Swain. So we'll
Icequake here actually wouldn't save ChristmasTime.
No, because the Swain would live. So
yeah, the Swain would have 1 attack, and that still represents 4
wow.
damage. It's just going to be the concession out of ChristmasTime. War Mother's Call, not able to get it done. Falls 0-2 to AnnieDesu's lineup.
Wow, that. Whew. I think.
A little unexpected.
Listen, I not that Annie's a bad player or anything like that, but I gotta say, I think ChristmasTime's hand was just complete ass. Like, that was. I mean, there's no easy way to put that. Like, he's playing 3 Avalanche, 2 Icequake. He's got 3 Withering Wail. He only drew 1 Grasp. Like, and Annie just so blatantly did not give a flying F about just playing into Avalanche. She's just like, you know what? I'm up a game. Who cares? And I mean, hey, it ends up paying off for him, so he takes it 2-0. All right, so AnnieDesu going to take this one. Awesome gameplay. They're actually going to 2-0 ChristmasTime, so we'll see how far Annie's able to make it in this tournament. But as always, everybody stay healthy, stay positive. I hope it works for you. Peace out.